Hello, welcome. So we're going to practice just a really short session today, which is really helpful to just coordinate the four limbs, the two sides of the body, the breath, and our movements as well. So really good for the brain, getting things coordinated, as well as a nice stretch for the arms and legs. So nothing too challenging, but a really lovely way of practicing a sort of mindful way of moving. So I'd like you to come down onto your back and just take a few moments to arrive. Having your legs bent and your feet standing on the floor. Arms just resting comfortably long down by your sides. Check the back of the shoulders are okay. And just tune into your breathing. Just notice that you can breathe in and you can breathe out. So a few rounds of slow, unconscious breath. Notice how your body expands a little bit as you breathe in, and how it condenses and shrinks back into itself towards the ground beneath you as you breathe out. So there's a slow, easy in-breath filling up your body, and an even slower, softer out-breath, allowing the breath to escape gently out of the body. So just allowing your breath to become gradually slower and longer. There's a slow, gentle in-breath. There's a little pause at the top of the in-breath. And a really long, slow out-breath as the air escapes out of the body. The body deflates like a balloon in slow motion into a still moment. So your body slowly inflates as you breathe in, expanding, lungs filling up. There's a comfortable pause at the top of the in-breath. And a slow motion deflating, smooth and gently as you breathe out. And then just one more breath. And then let your breath just settle back to its own natural rhythm again. So we're going to look at the movements now. We're going to do each limb individually, and then we'll bring a pattern to it as well, a rhythm of the breath and movements. So just start by bringing your awareness to your right arm, and let the right arm lift slowly off the floor, and let it float onto the floor either on the side of your head. So that's one slow, long movement. And then you can reverse. The arm lifts back off the floor, almost as if you're painting the underneath of a rainbow, stroking the underneath of a rainbow with your fingertips. Arm comes all the way back down by your side again. Left arm, let it slowly float up off the air. So your arm is straight, it floats up, stroking the underneath of a rainbow. Arm reaches the floor by the side of the head. That will be done on one big breath in and one slow breath out. The left arm softly floats back down by your side again. Keep the arms on the floor. Left knee, let the left knee gently come into the chest. And then your left foot slowly reaches up to the ceiling. And that's one smooth movement, which will be done on an in-breath. Out-breath, knee bends back into the chest. Foot softly goes back to the floor into its footprint. Right knee, as you start to breathe in, your right knee curls into the chest. The foot reaches up to the ceiling. So that's one long, slow breath in. A little pause as you enjoy the stretch of the leg. One slow breath out, the knee bends into the chest, foot softly goes back to the floor like this. Lovely. Right arm, left leg. So as your left knee comes into the chest, the right arm starts to lift up off the ground. As your foot floats up to the ceiling, the arm continues to reach onto the floor at the side of the head. That's on an in-breath. On the out-breath, the knee starts to bend into the chest as the arm starts to float back down by your side and the foot returns back to the floor. Left arm, right leg as you breathe in. Right knee curls into chest, left arm floats through the air, foot reaches to the ceiling. Enjoy a little pause there as you stretch the right leg and left arm, and then as you breathe out, the knee bends into the chest, the arm floats back through the air. Hand and foot arrive down onto the floor at the same time. Left leg, right arm as you breathe in. So the arm and leg arrive in that final stretch at the same time, just at the end of the in-breath. And then as you start to breathe out, the arm and the leg slowly come back down, and the hand and the foot come back down onto the floor at the same time. So we do an opposite arm and leg. Right leg, left arm as you breathe in. One slow, long breath in, enjoying that little stretch. Slow, long breath out. Arm comes back down by your side, foot back to floor. Breathing in, right arm, left leg. A lovely smooth unfurling. Stretching the end of the in-breath. And then when you're ready to breathe out, there's a soft, gentle floating back down to earth. So almost as if your arms and legs are like feathers. And your breath is like the breeze. So the in-breath, your feathery arm and leg float up into the air, they pause there, and the out-breath, the arm and the leg softly float back down to earth. So we're doing opposite arm and leg, right arm, left leg. Breathing in smoothly like a feather, floating up as a little pause in midair. Breathing out softly like dust, like a feather. Hand and foot comes back down. And just continue that as graceful as you can. Slow, long in-breath. Opposite arm and leg, extend and reach. Smooth, slow out-breath. Floating back down to earth. Keep the landing nice and soft. So you can enjoy the full lovely stretch. You can stretch the foot and the hand. And then just softening everything as the foot and the hand slowly come back down. We're going to add the head as well. So whichever arm is floating up alongside the head, turn the head to look away from that arm. So my left arm is up alongside the head, so I've turned my head to look to the right. And then the head comes back to center as the arm and leg float back down. Same on the other side. So whichever arm is floating up alongside the head, turn the head away from that arm and look over the other shoulder. And then coming back to center. Lovely. And just keep that going a few more rounds. Slow, long in-breath. So your limbs gently extend and reach through the air. A slow, long out-breath. Like feathers, the hand and foot come back down. So we're coordinating opposite limbs, opposite arm and leg. We're coordinating the movement with the breath. A little bit of a turn in the head as well. So there's lots of things for the brain to be coordinating. And just keeping it as graceful as you can. Lovely. And then just do one more round with each pair of opposites. So take your time. Nice and simple. Soft landing back to earth. Lovely. And then when you're done, just let your hand and feet settle there. Let your belly relax. Just let your breath find its own rhythm there for a moment. Now you can either continue and do a few more rounds of opposites. If you want to make it a little bit more of a workout for your tummy muscles, then we can do all 4 limbs together. So both knees curl into the chest as both arms reach up alongside the head, both feet to ceiling. So you're making an L shape. That's on a big breath in and a big breath out. The knees bend into the chest, the arms float through the air, and your hands and feet all come down onto the floor at the same time. And if that's too much for you, if your back isn't happy, go back to the opposite that we've done. If you're happy with that, just do 2 more. Breathing in, extending, reaching. Lovely stretch. Breathing out softly, floating back to earth. One more. Lovely. And then when you're done, again, just let your belly relax. Let your breath settle. Shoulders relax. Okay. Well done. And take your time there. So you might want to continue on to some other gentle movements or into a full yoga practice. Or maybe you're happy to just rest and let your body reintegrate all that effort. And I'll see you next time.